Hi there! Welcome back to another episode of FairyTale Nails. Today's story and nail design is Cannetella and the Wizard. I really debated on doing this story at all. It's really short and a bit controversial. I do want to make sure that every story in the book is included, and how many of the original fairy tales aren't controversial, especially according to today's standards, so I'm adding it, even though I don't really agree with it. Today, we will be visiting Sicily, or Sicilia, which is the very bottom of Italy, just off the tip of the boot. For those new to my channel, I wanted to share a quick explanation of why I've decided to create this series. When I moved to Australia, I inherited a beautiful old book of fairy tales. These are the original fairy tales. Some stories you've no doubt heard, but some maybe you haven't, and not all of them have happy endings. So I decided to create this channel as a way of preserving these beautiful old stories, and to help expand my other passion, which is nail art. I really hope you enjoy hearing these old stories and watching some new nail art. So sit back, snuggle your favorite pillow, stuffed animal, or pet, and please enjoy the story of Cannetella and the Wizard, along with some nail art. Thanks, guys. There was once in Sicily a proud princess called Cannetella, who found fault with all of her suitors. One, she maintained, was too fat, one too short, one too dark, one squinted, one was too miserly, nor did Cannetella fancy the most eligible one of all, because although he was rich and handsome, he had a very domineering, imperious mother. And the spoiled, strong-willed young girl said with a toss of her head that she would never marry a man who could be ordered about by anyone but her. When her father finally grew very angry indeed, Cannetella retorted naughtily that she would only marry a man with a gold head and gold teeth. A wizard called Scioravante heard this and made himself a gold head with gold teeth, and then came to pay court to her. He was huge and ugly, but the princess had given her word, so she accepted him, and he rode away with her on his great black horse. When they reached his castle, Scioravante locked her in the stable with 6 white horses and the black one. Then he went away for a year, saying she could eat and drink what the horses left, but she must never leave the stable. Months passed, then one day, through a crack in the stable wall, Cannetella saw a lovely garden full of plum trees and grapevines, all heavy with fruit. She was so hungry that she slipped out of the stable and gathered some. Then she hid all the plum stones under the straw in the manger. The very next day, Scioravante came back after his year's absence, and the black horse told him to look in the manger. He was furious, and he beat the princess unmercifully, but the next day he went away again. Fortunately for Cannetella, a barrel maker soon came by and rescued her by hiding her in one of his barrels until they reached her father's palace. The princess ordered 7 iron doors to be put on her room to protect her from Scioravante, who had found out by magic where she was. Then the wizard bribed an old woman to hide under the princess's pillow a piece of paper which said, "While everyone sleeps, Cannetella shall stay awake." When they were all asleep, Scioravante smashed the iron doors down one by one and snatched Cannetella up, bed and all, to take her back with him. But he stumbled over one of the broken doors. The magic paper slipped out from under the pillow, and everyone woke up and hurried to Cannetella's rescue. Scioravante changed himself into a lion and was slashed by swords. He changed himself into a hare and was set on by dogs. Then he changed himself into a gnat, and the king quickly swatted him to death. After this, the princess willingly married the first prince her father introduced her to, and they all lived happily together. The black horse went back to Sciораvante's stable and kicked it down, and then all the horses were free to roam again. The end. Thanks so much for watching this episode of FairyTale Nails. If you like this channel and are looking forward to the next fairy tale and nail art design, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this episode and would like to see more future episodes, please consider subscribing and click the bell. That way you'll be notified when the next episode is complete. I can't wait to see what designs we come up with for the next story. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next episode of FairyTale Nails. Thanks guys! See ya! Bye!